Hi, everyone, and welcome to my coloring corner. You're with Renee, of course. I really hope that you are having a fantastic week. Of course, it's been a little bit chaotic, but it has been a good week here. I have received some beautiful books in the past week, as well as these wonderful little babies. The dark skin tone to finish off the set that I have been collecting of the woodless colored pencils. So let's take a look at some happy mail. One of the happy mails I received was this wonderful, wonderful pad that goes on my desk so that you guys don't have to always look at my work cutting pad, my green cutting pad that I use for coloring on. Another thing that I did purchase, this I did purchase, as well as these, which are the Jelly Roll Glaze, clear glaze pens, because I used mine all up on the fairy wings and bubbles that I finished yesterday. So that was another happy mail that I treated myself to. So let's take a look at these. I'm so happy to have these. They are the woodless colored pencils. It's 12 different colors in the dark skin tones. And of course it has the blacks and browns, dark browns, as well as a wine color, the dark orange, ochre, slate red, pale pink, earth yellows, all different wonderful colors to give the dark skin tones a try that I've been so afraid of doing because I don't know how. I have watched videos and I've seen beautiful, absolutely gorgeous skin tones done, and I'm still terrified of doing a dark skin tone because I am just mortified that I'm going to ruin it. But now that I've conquered light skin tones, I will give dark skin tones a try. Now, on this box itself, it has this beautiful little girl, and all of the skin tones in here were used to create this picture as well. So that tells me that the two different sets together will work really, really nicely together, even on a light skin tone. So that makes me happy. And they'll go really, really well with the 24 set of the basic colors that I have as well. So altogether, between this set, the light skin tones, the basic colors, and the metallics, I think I have 36 woodless colored pencils now, which is fantastic because I really like them. I like the way they lay down. I like the way they feel. They're just really wonderful, wonderful pencils. A new artist to me. She's obviously not a new artist to everybody else because, I must have seen her colored somewhere for it to go on my wish list, is Julia Sperry. I hope I have said that correctly. And this is a grayscale coloring book called The Inspiration, and just some absolutely beautiful drawings of beautiful ladies, wonderful flowers, just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous pictures. And the pictures in here are duplicated, so there's 2 sets of 25 wonderful pictures in this book. And this is another one of her books as well that ended up on my wish list. Thank you all so much for sending me things off my wish lists because you love me all so much, and I thank you so much for it. These were sent to me through different, not only people wanting to send me, a few friends wanting to send me Christmas gifts, but also possibly through the random act of kindness, because that's where my wish list can be found. So in this one, it's just the most adorable little pictures ever. I just absolutely love the pictures in here. And they're a very light grayscale, which is fantastic and just beautiful. Her, her drawing style is really cute, and a lot of them have some really really cool intricacies to it. And then you have some really simple ones, which in themselves are just adorable. Absolutely lovely, lovely pictures. Like this one. I love this picture. And there is 50 unique designs in this book. So this is Fanciful Fantasy. Say that 10 times fast, I dare ya. By Julia Speary. And I really hope I did not butcher her name. And I will be doing some flip throughs, of course, on Friday flips and fun stuff. Wow, I just cannot talk today. I am so sorry. So those are two of the most adorable books I have ever seen that we will be coloring in. Another one, and this is one of my absolutely favorite artists, is Christine Caron. And hopefully I've said that right. Although I don't know today. And this is the line scale or line art of the grayscale that I have been coloring recently. So it's all the line art of a book that I have the grayscale book for. But she, even in her line art, puts all of the information that you would need to have to be able to follow the lines and follow the light sources, which is really cool. And she does give a little bit of grayscale, especially to hair, which I like because sometimes hair is hard to do. But I just absolutely love her art. It's just gorgeous. And another one of my favorite artists, I have not had a chance to color any of her work. I just absolutely love it, though, is the Ruth Sanderson, sorry. I have two of her wonderful books. I have Mother Goose Rhymes as well as Cinderella. And both of these are a grayscale book. And we'll take a quick look at Cinderella because Cinderella does have two different types of grayscale in it. And of course, I will do the flip throughs as well. Today, I'm going to do this video, but I'm also going to do a part 2 video to my Christmas gift book haul because there was so many of them. So I will be doing a part 2 of that today as well. And tomorrow I will do a Flips and Fun Stuff Friday with the wonderful things that I received in this week's mail. So this one is, of course, Cinderella. And it has some beautiful, absolutely gorgeous pictures that she drew and colored for illustrating Cinderella. And this book has two different layers. It has the regular pictures, and then those pictures again in a darker grayscale. So she does her pictures in a fairly light, toned down grayscale, but then does them again in a darker grayscale. Because there's people out there that really enjoy the really dark grayscale and the effect it gives. And then there's some people that really like the light grayscale where they can add the darkness themselves, which is really cool that she includes those in her book. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful book. Fantastic illustrations. I'm going to color in it and I will try to do it justice, but it has so many swirls and sparkles and all those wonderful things that I seem to mess up the most on. And the next one is also from Ruth Sanderson, and it's Mother Goose Rhymes. And it's the cutest thing ever. Um, not only does she include the picture, but she also includes the rhyme, which is wonderful. I just love that. I was flipping through this, and there's so many of them that I grew up with that I completely forgot about. And it's just so cool to revisit all of those. And absolutely beautiful, beautiful pictures. And some are just so cute. Like Humpty Dumpty. And she has the Humpty Dumpty saying there. It's just absolutely love this book. I can't wait to color in this book. I have so many books now to color in that I don't have enough hours in the day. I want the day to be 36 hours long so I can have time to color all these wonderful things. This one here is compiled and illustrated by Susan Carlson, and I went back and forth on this book. I had it in my cart for a long time, and then I took it out of my cart, and then I put it back in my cart, and then I took it out of my cart, and then I put it back in my cart. And the last time I put it back in my cart, somebody bought it for me. And what it is it's a big book of color charts. Um, and it's all different color charts, from Arteza all the way down to Uni colored pencils. It also has your markers, your watercolor brush pens. It has your watercolor pencils. It has inks. It has blank pages, different things for you to color, different black and white pages as well. Absolutely phenomenal book. It just, like it has Tim Holtz distressed inks here. Not something I have anything of, but I think it's cool that she's put it in there. And of course it's backed with black, so it won't, change the color of the ink or have it soak through. Also has these wonderful notes pages for you to write down things. These ones are the Arteza Expert watercolor paints or watercolor pencils. Different watercolors, different, like this is the Brunzeel design. The Karen Dash museums, all sorts of different, this has the Neo colors. Let's see where else. The super color, the ink tints. Most of the colored pencils that she has in there, I have. I don't have a lot of watercolor pencils, and I definitely don't have any of the name brand watercolor pencils. But, the Arteza real brush pens, I don't have any of those either, but I have an Arteza twine marker set. I don't know if they're in here. The Copic markers, I have a few of those. And there's a lot of different pages for Copics because we know there is so many Copics. There's so many of them, and they are such a wonderful, wonderful pen. We've got the Faber-Castell Pitt pens, which I do have those. These are Spectrum Noir illustrators. Tombow dual brush pens. I do have some of those. So all sorts of different markers, different water pens, different colored pencils, different watercolor pencils, different inks, pastels. All of those things are in here. But on top of all of that, wonderfulness, she also has almost an entire book's worth of different blank swatch sheets. Some are numbered, some are just completely blank, some are on black and white, you know, all different full charts that you can put your own names in. If they're already numbered, you can just put the name to the number. If they are not numbered, you can just put the names and numbers in. Different styles, different organization techniques throughout the entire thing, but it's all 100% ready for you to go, which is fantastic. So with the ability to do your own charts, as well as the ability to follow the charts that are out there all ready to go, is phenomenal. I can't say enough about this book, and I will try to go through a little bit more information on it tomorrow. Of course, I won't do an entire flip through of this book because it does have a lot in it. And I think I just went through quite a bit of it. So it does have 27 pre-labeled charts for popular pencils like Faber-Castell, Polychromos, Prismacolor, Arteza, Caran d'Ache, and more. It does have 21 charts for pastel pencils, markers, and watercolors and inks. And it has different blank charts that are organized by color family. So if you're one of those people, and I'm not a person that is able to do this, but if you're talented enough to be able to organize all of your sets of pencils by color family, this book has the ability to chart that. It gives you the blank charts organized by color family: red, orange, yellow, blue, etc. It also has different blank charts for charts for swatching light colors, notes for different line arts to color, basic color theories and the color wheels, things like that. It also gives you a lot of information, like this picture here, for example, is her color chart swatch. So with her color chart swatch, I'm just going to open that here for you. Beautiful picture, absolutely gorgeous picture is the one that's on the front here. Absolutely a beautiful picture. And we're going to find the color swatch chart here. And of course, she does have an introduction. She does have she has an index, which is fantastic. So let's take a look at the index, because this tells us a lot better of what kind of pencils. So colored pencils, it has Arteza, Black Widow, Blick Studios, Brunzil, Caran d'Ache, Luminance, Caran d'Ache Pablo, Castle Arts, Cezanne, Chameleon Color Tones, Derwent Artist, Derwent Color Soft, Derwent Drawing, Derwent Lightfast, Derwent Pro Color, and Derwent Studio. Covered a lot of the Derwents there. Faber-Castell Polychromos, Holbein's Conanor Polycolor, Lyra Rembrandt Polycolor, Marco Refine, Marco Renoir, Mitsubishi Uni, Prismacolors, Premier and Varathane, Sharper Faben, Spectrum Noir Color Blend, Tombow Irugin, Special Luminance and Light Fast combos, as well as the pastel pencils of Caran d'Ache pastel pencils, Derwent pastel pencils, Faber-Castell Pitt pastel pencils, Caran d'Ache Gioconda soft pastel pencils, and the Stablo Carbothyte Othello pastel pencils. And those are on my wish list. I would really like a set of those. So I think that's going to be my next endeavor, is the pastel pencils. But it also covers watercolor pencils, markers, now with markers it doesn't really cover a whole lot for markers. Definitely not anything of the budget quality or budget friendly brands. It covers the Arteza Real brush pens, Copic markers, Faber-Castell Pitt pens, Spectrum Noir Illustrator markers, as well as Tombow Dual brush pens. And of course it has the blank charts by color of red, orange, yellow, green, blues, violets, browns, grays, blacks, and whites. And of course all the other blank color charts, plus a page for you to write an index of all your blank color charts. That is cool. Then of course we have our introduction, but this is the page that I wanted to show you. So she has it set up here so you can color it and use your oranges here, your red oranges here, your reds, your red violets, your blue violets into your blues, blue greens, greens, yellows. And she walks you through here on how to set that color chart up, which is, as well as the theory of it. So it's really, really cool. She has spent a lot of time and a lot of research compiling all of this information in one book. It just thrills me. I'm weird, I understand, but swatching is fun for me. It's daunting sometimes and tedious, but being able to see how each color lays down is a fantastic thing for me. And being able to do it all in one place, and having the worst part of swatching for me is this part. Writing down each name and number. That's the worst part of swatching for me. The rest of it I absolutely love doing. The worst part is writing everything down. Now that I have completely reviewed this book, and I will call this a review of this book. This book is adorable. I haven't used it yet, so I can't see how the paper is. It feels nice, but it feels a little thin. For the cost of this book, I was expecting kind of a little bit better paper, but I'm not sure. It may be perfectly fine. It may be fantastic paper. I don't know. I haven't used it yet. That was one of the things that had me going back and forth, was people in the Amazon review section complaining about the paper. But all I really want it for is to show me what color goes with what number. So I'm not too concerned about what kind of paper's in it. So, but all of the information in this book is just out of this world. Absolutely fantastic. This is the Ruby Charm Colors Big Book of Color Charts, compiled and illustrated by Susan Carlson. The artwork in here is fantastic, and the amount of time she spent getting all of that information together for everybody is worth every penny of it, in my opinion. I don't care what the paper's like at this point, because just having all of this information in one place is very, very helpful. With that being said, I want to thank every one of you that has sent me these wonderful, wonderful things. I do appreciate each and every one of them, and I just love them. I love you all, and I just adore all of these books. They are so fantastic. Of course, I do have a few flip throughs that I still need to do for the Christmas book haul. So I will be doing a part 2 on that today, going through a couple more of the wonderful books that my family bought me for Christmas this year, because they bought me all sorts of absolutely wonderful things for Christmas, which is just fantastic. One other thing I want to actually say about my family is that I'm really thankful for is my husband. I had a problem. I needed something. Well, I saw something that would hold my brushes for my pastel blending that I use for using on with my pan pastels. And I looked at it and it looked really flimsy and it was expensive. So I went to him and I said, I need one of these. An hour later, he comes out with this and he printed me one beautiful little holder that will hold all 10 of my brushes completely in one place, so that when I wash them and everything else, they have the ability to dry out. They're easy to take in and out. They just put the little foot in the foot holder, put the little neck in the neck holder, and give it a twist, and it's in. And it's so cool. I was just so impressed with that. He prints me all sorts of absolutely wonderful things for my coloring, and I just love that. So yeah, that's another one of my thankful things today, is I am thankful that my husband is talented enough to take an image of something that I told him I needed, and just take that image and go, okay, well, I can do this, this, and this, and design it up and throw it into the printer and have it printed and on my desk in 2 hours. It's just like, wow, I love that. Well, I think it was a little bit more than 2 hours, but it was done quickly. It's a hollow structure, so there's no large amounts of time that it takes to put it together, but it's just so cool. I'm going to take all the little thingies out and show you. Because if I wanted to, I could put a light in this and light it up, which is really kind of interesting too. That's a thought. I'd have to figure out how to do it where, because when he prints it in 2 different pieces. So there's a bottom and then there's a top. And somewhere in the middle here, there's a spot that joins them together, and he's already pressed it hard enough to fuse it together, so I wouldn't be able to tell you where that spot is. But somewhere in the center here is a spot. And as you can see, there's little wavy lines all over there, and that's the infill. So there's a little bit of infill in this center section, but this part here is just a couple of layers high. So it's pretty quick to fill up, to put together. So with the infill in there, I wouldn't be able to do the light in it unless I drilled it out a little bit. But as you can see, there's a spot there where the shaft goes up and holds it all together. And once you clip those together in some of these, it's done. You can't take it apart again. But just the beauty of it. And of course, this is a filament. It's called Alien Ooze, and it's just UFO green. It's just so cool. Anyway, I'm gushing. So that's enough of my gushing for today. I thank you all very much for joining me. Of course, join me over on Facebook. I would appreciate it. You can do that by going into the comment section or the about section of this video and join us over on Facebook. The link is there for you to join. Of course, we do ask that you fill out the application form. It's just a few little questions, like 3 or 4 little questions that we do ask that you fill out so that we can be sure to that we're protecting our members from spam, from different advertisements, as well as scammers wanting to, take their information or their pictures or anything like that. And they do that. They pose as colorists, and they get into groups, and they steal pictures and post them in coloring books, or take them and turn them into a grayscale coloring book. I've seen it happen. So we do ask that you fill those application questions out so that we can get you into the Facebook group. And of course, somebody will do that as quickly as possible if you fill that all out. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, hit that wonderful little subscribe button. Ring the bell and you will see every video that I put out. I do one almost every day, as well as a live on Saturday. So, of course, ring the bell. Other than that, I think that's about it. Of course, relax, color, and stay safe. I thank everyone that has sent me all these wonderful things. I thank my family and my husband as well for making my life wonderful. And I thank all of you, every single one of you that is watching, for joining me in this fantastic journey of coloring, YouTube, and Facebook. That's enough thanks for today. I think maybe, but I am gushing, and I am so thankful for all of you. Last year was a very difficult year for a lot of people, and I have been completely blessed, and I thank you all for that. With that, I want to say, of course, relax, color, and stay safe, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.